Hello, this is Channel 5. Congratulations all of you, because today we will be again watch strange activities animals and try to find them rational explanation. And I'll tell you how to save your wallet, and I'm tired of these difficult times. Save money for Apple EarPods. And while you save half your salary for Apple's, others have already bought wireless headphones. CG Pod Sad Tumen brand OK's Gura guys created a unique product. The main feature of the headphones is moisture protection. Take a shower, swim, exercise, sports in any weather can suit your needs. Favorite tracks, incredible alternative for those who can't live without headphones. That's all because without an outlet, they can work until 20 hours. Brutal wireless headphones. CG50V indestructible. Casey from Aviation Aluminum can withstand up to 220 kilograms. It is simply impossible to damage them. Compact CG under the slide in an elegant and petite Casey anti-stress conquered many girls around the world. SJ Under will definitely stay in your ears even during the most active training session of 11 teams. Controlled directly from headphones. Direct price without extra charges from network giants, only 5,490 rubles. 1-year warranty, not repair but replacement. Follow the link in the description as top 5 promo code and get an additional discount of 200 rubles. Is Tasmanian devil. He stands next to absorption of the carcass of a wombat. He killed food deprived the gluttonous devil of his strength. Need a warm, comfortable place to sleep. And you know what he does right? Climbs inside a dead animal, just like Leonardo DiCaprio climbed it inside the horse movie Survivor. When the Tasmanian devil wakes up, he can to continue your feast is sometimes important not than how much do you eat, and how dark brindle python can eat prey 5 times larger than your own head size. One sitting. Now this legendary a voracious monster attacked an alligator. First he gets suffocated, then he starts absorb prey, laying heather entirely, and this is a fatal mistake for him. Should he have hunted the Mississippian, the alligator is crawling to digest the catch, but he doesn't know what it is. The hunt will be his last. And now what is the matter in itself? The fact that python can swallow an alligator whole without means it's worth doing in the end somehow, or an alligator tried to get out, or he ended up too big for python. As a result, the tension was too much for the snake and it burst. Yes, it happens. An unusual picture can be observed in the deserts of America. There on the thorns of plants, the corpses of various small animals are impaled. What kind of monster could do such a thing? A terrifying picture lives in this desert. Mysterious killer. This bird is a butcher. Small songbird use spikes like a butcher's hook while dismembering prey, and in spines are used as she made a pantry for feeding chicks. Supplies for weeks. Hanging victims high from ground-based poultry scavengers to its butcher offspring have enough food for a long time. An original solution for storing food in the desert. Although often gloomy in Africa during drought, Savannah turns into an apocalyptic fire rush. By without warning along these dry as a match in places, the flame rushes from at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour, devouring everyone in their path. Burns out every year. Territory larger than England. Night. There are animals that use of this catastrophe. There are only creatures so far. They are saving themselves as best they can at this time. Birds, like a drone, are guests for the funnels, and beaters act completely differently. They catch flying insects right above with fire, snatching prey from the flames. They're doing a terrible job. They're pulling out marabou. Scavengers benefit from disaster. Clean up the remaining ones. Nothing compares to taste with fried grasshopper. Snow leopard in the Himalayas, and he is incredible cool, although it would be more correct to say crazy. When he hunts him, completely don't care about the risk. Now he's aiming for a couple of seconds pass by the blue ram and bounce. These shots have become very popular in environment of documentaries about animals. The predator's prey flew head over heels from the rocks. It seems that after this no one would survive, but will not take the snow leopard to full okay and continues to strangle his victim. In fact, falling from such a height is not possible. It's a joke, even for him. This lunch was costly. It's too expensive for the leopard. He's seriously wounded. For mountain hunter surviving thanks to dexterity. The wound can become fatal because if he can't hunt, then will die of hunger. This is no less surprising. Puma living in South America is on a relative's guanaco. Camels are 2 meters tall and 3 times heavier than a puma which has won a chance to get to the throat and try strangle the victim. She is now hunting for foreign territory that belongs another, remembering because after successful strangulation victim predator takes away her prey 2 kilometers from here where they are waiting for it hungry. Kitten she hasn't eaten for a long time and weakened, but no desire to feed the kittens lets her give up, and she continues whole carries a carcass that weighs 2 kilometers. This dinner is more amazing than her, enough for kittens to last for several days. This footage was filmed in Mexico and was a completely ordinary calm day, like suddenly a huge flock fell from the sky, black birds, most of them at once. After that they flew away, but many crashed upon impact. They remained there forever. Why did this happen? Scientists believe. What is possible with that unsuccessful one in the air, with maneuvered away from the predator that attacked from above, and then the birds hit the ground, and this click beetle, when he turns out to be on your back, vulnerable to predators, and therefore evolution endowed him with the ability to quickly decide this problem without the help of his wings. The air flies up as a shot from catapult hidden in the body of a beetle's special spring mechanism. When beetle alerts him, then flies into this amazing trick, allows you to rise to a height of 20 times exceeding the length of his body away from imminent danger, and this Baikal seal, freshwater seal, lake covered ice water, icy man will die in less than an hour, but the seal is almost gone, feels the cold, and protects the thick layer of subcutaneous fat as the young one is looking for food. But in the first weeks, he will float next to the vent because he can't hold his breath for long. However, he has a brilliant strategy how to get out of this situation. Sails further and further from the old vents and blows out an air bubble under ice, creating an obedient seal pocket. Spend weeks learning to perfect this technique. Oxygen from the water rises into the bubble, and the Baikal seal breathes it as if from the scuba gear. Is simply incredible. Besides, sooner or later, the ice will melt under action of oxygen, and a new one is formed, soles on which oil will allow travel even further in search of food. An ingenious solution to underwater swimming. These funny creatures that walk are called steam locomotive. One after another marching silkworms are caterpillars that have instincts to migrate to new communities, gathering at feeding places. See the long columns. Why are they? These caterpillars got the name, live in large groups in arachnoid nests. During migration, they guided by silky thread, which is left by the caterpillar leader, who moves slowly and feels cabbage soup and search movements in various directions. During mass reproduction, they can give away entire hectares of forests, and this is what these look like, creatures when they turn into a butterfly. Incredible phenomenon of a butterfly caught in spider's web, but he's so gallant, the gentleman, and immediately released. Quite unusual for a spider. Don't think so, it's hard to believe, but he let her go only because of the monsoon rains. In order to understand what I'm talking about, we need follow the life of this butterfly from that the moment when she was still a caterpillar. The fact is that the monsoon rains in this forests are leaching nutrients from. Because of this, the village had to learn to protect what they have. Their leaves are spent on their growth nutrients that are low in soil. A tiny caterpillar emerges from butterfly eggs laid after rain. Everywhere you look, and yes, but only one problem: tree protects its breeding ground for deadly poison. The caterpillar starts chewing, but it doesn't eat. Oz loosen the leaf, forming a furrow for the plant, fights and descends the poisonous juice, but the caterpillar has already created a toxic barrier. The juice emitted by plants cannot get it. In the end, it closes the circle. Robbery completed. Portions of food isolated inside, and it is safe. As the caterpillar grows, it will again and again raid a tree, every time injecting himself with poison from a caterpillar. Each new dose will strengthen it. In the end, she doesn't have any resistance. Complete immunity will be formed from now on. The caterpillar can fatten and will use his tree defenses for his own purposes and protect accumulated poisons in the body derived from leaves. So no, the predator will not covet it, and its bright color shows that you shouldn't even try. An insect takes refuge in a cocoon. Along its veins he circulates poison, and she is completely, you can safely develop inside, making transformation into the tiger butterfly, which will not know shells are scary. But for example, poison. The poisonous centipede played against her a cruel joke. In case of danger of a centipede secrete toxic protective mucus, it is this slime that the blacks hunt. Lemurs have found a paradox. Centipede lemurs lightly bite her. We force the centipede to highlight its head poisonous secretion, and then rub it into toxic mucus. Smells strongly in your fur and irritates the skin, but at the same time protects against midges. In addition to this, the substance has other impact. Gothic. Because of this, the lemurs fall into something like a trance. Then we have a spider. The pelican is very, very cunning, quite small, but he has huge jaws. And now the spider is searching next lunch, and then he found it's someone else's silk thread is what you need. Female orb weaving spider and pelican spider really wants to devour her, but she is protected with its sticky net. The pelican will never. You can't get there. How can you do it? For example, you can naked so that she gets to him. This sly guy got it. For this resorts to technology that has been honed million years of evolution. With its long with his paws, he imitates the movement of a fly caught in a web, and luring the Uchiha till she falls for this trick and turns out to be a pelican in its jaws, paralyzes her with its powerful I will give in front. How to refresh yourself with no less cunning. The anteater spider is a real swindler from the world of arthropods, and he has incredibly cunning tactics to obtain food. He constantly takes risks while walking among the ants. After all, if he is discovered, then he will die because he is weaker, and the spider chooses fewer ants. Lone ant decided. Clean yourself. Spider attacks from behind. A lone bite, and the ant is doomed. I do my thing case, and completely paralyzes its victim. How can we get out of here now? The anteater spider hides behind its prey. The prey smell of the ant masks the smell spider, and does not allow it to be detected. Now he acts most something clever, pretends to work among the cleaning ants. He needs walk past suspicious ants, slapping their mustaches with your fake ones, which carry an ant smell. If he gets nervous or loses his prey, everything can be revealed. But a couple more swings and tinny, and the spider is now free for him. You can run home by retiring to safe distance. He sucks.